everyone, and welcome to Surrender to the Suck. In this episode, we are going to be talking about one of my hugest pet peeves as a mom, and it's that people don't let moms get excited and they get annoyed when people talk about their kids. I see these things on social media all the time about how moms get so annoying when they have their kids because all they talk about are their babies. How about you just shut the fuck up? There is never another single joyful experience in life that we tell people to stop talking about when they experience it. And first of all, how sexist is this? We absolutely fawn over the men who have pictures of their kids in their wallet, or you see a dad once talking about their kid in the store, and then oh my god, they're such a great dad, even though you know nothing else about them. But the second a mom takes out her phone to show you a picture of her kid, or the second she mentions, oh yeah, my kid did this, she's the annoying one. There is a huge difference when we go out as a family and my husband David is wearing the baby in the carrier versus when I wear the baby in a carrier and we're out as a family. When I am wearing the baby in a carrier, I do not get one single look. There is not a single weird glance, a single glance and on, nothing. It's just, oh, there's a mom with her baby. But when he's wearing the baby, every single person is staring at him, looking like he is the best goddamn man on this planet who should be bowed down to and given a trophy for wearing the baby. You can see the look on their faces. Wow, that's so nice. You're carrying the baby for the mom, as if he's not also the parent. We have such different standards for moms and dads, but that is a whole other episode. This one is specifically talking about letting moms talk about their kids, about their life. Again, there is never a single experience in life, single joyful experience in life that you're going to tell someone that they are annoyed, that you are going to tell someone that you are annoyed, that they have changed through experiencing it. Let's talk about college, traveling, new relationships, new hobbies, and new promotion, right? I mean, anything could be annoying if you don't stop talking about it, but is the initial reaction to any of these other things not again? Ugh, how dare they? No. But most of the time with the mom, it is. When people hear moms talk about their kids, the first reaction is, this is so annoying. Doesn't she have a life? This is not the reaction for anything else. Having kids is probably one of the biggest positive changes in your entire life, whether it's through adoption, step parent, fostering, however you welcomed kids into your life. It is a massive change. And these changes are huge if you had your kid by getting pregnant, because it literally changes your brain and your brain chemistry. Now, there isn't a whole ton of research on this because obviously there's a lot of like ethical stuff with pregnancy and doing tests and things like that. But we do know that pregnancy shrinks the brain's gray matter, which is the pinkish gray tissue connecting the cell bodies and synapses of nerve cells. So the brain becomes more efficient and it strengthens women's feelings of attachment, which I obviously had gotten this from multiple different sites on Google, but I particularly liked this side of it where it strengthens women's feelings of attachment, because after pregnancy, who else is a huge crier that was never a crier before or gets really emotional over things that they see online now? I do, probably other moms do too. This is why. Thanks, pregnancy. And one of the reasons why this is such an obnoxious thing when you get annoyed automatically at moms, beyond the sexist component of it, is that what else are you supposed to talk about? Your kids, especially if you are a stay-at-home mom, your kids are your life. They take up your whole life. And then if you are working, if you go out of the house and work, or you stay at home and work while you're taking care of your kids, or all that you're thinking about at work is your kids, and then you go home and, oh, okay, now I have to do a bunch of stuff with my kids. Your kids take up so much of your time. And when people are getting annoyed at moms for talking about their kids and making it their whole personality, what else do you want to talk about? Right? What do you want to hear about? Do you want to hear about the speck of dust they cleaned in their kitchen that week? Probably not. We have to stop making moms feel small for wanting to talk about their kids, as if talking about their kids is not an important enough accomplishment. It is. It is enough to talk about. And by getting annoyed at moms for wanting to talk about their kids, you're acting like it's absolutely not an accomplishment at all. And also, not to mention the fact that people can have different lives and still have a conversation. A conversation does not have to be, we have the exact same life, let's compare our sameness. Isn't that boring? We learn about all different aspects of life through talking to people who have different lives from us. And for a lot of moms, it's really hard to talk about anything other than their kids because when you're surrounded by tiny humans all day, you lose the art of conversation. You really don't know what else to talk to people about because you don't have a job to do small talk with. Your life is consumed with these tiny little humans that you have running around, especially when they're young, so the art of conversation pretty much gets lost on you. It's really easy to feel isolated as a mom because automatically people tend to look at moms and kids like they're huge burdens. This is true in conversations just as much as it is in public. And it may not seem like much to you, but just simply asking someone a question about their kids and not acting like they're a burden and not acting like you're annoyed to hear them talk about it can make a huge difference. And I wanted to conclude with a really nice moment that I had at Target the other day. As a family, we were coming out of Target and my 5-year-old was about to go right out into the parking lot and I stopped her and I was like, "Oh, did you look both ways?" And she's like, "Oh, okay, let me look both ways." And at the same time as we're doing this, there is a woman in her young 20s about to cross and go into the parking lot as well. And then as soon as she saw me doing that, she stopped. And she herself then looked both ways and she was like, "Yep, it's a good idea to look both ways before you cross the street." And then she just went on her way. And that probably seemed like such an insignificant moment to her, but those moments make a huge difference it made a huge difference to me and it makes a huge difference to parents everywhere because it's people almost participating in the parenting with you in just a really wholesome way that you're not looked at like a burden. You're looked at like, "Oh, this is okay, we can participate in this for a minute and then go off in our life." And it's that collective community as a whole that just makes you feel so much less isolated. Thank you guys for listening to this a little bit shorter episode. And I wanted to know, have you ever had any great experiences with people where they have made you feel welcomed as a mom, where someone has let you talk about being a mom for as long as you wanted to? I want to hear the positive stories on this. So send those over to me at Surrender to the Suck podcast, and I will talk to you guys next week.